Hey, it's me with an Autoharp. Once upon a time, June 12th, 2002, I lived in St. Petersburg, Florida. And it's a place where you can walk to the water and do a baptism. And one day I looked out the windows, and it was just after this extremely heavy rainstorm. In Florida, there's lots and lots of heavy rainstorms. And I started getting this song, gleaming and glistening, fresh from the water. And it was because I was looking at the palm leaves that were wet with the water, and they were literally shining like silver and gold in the sunlight because they were still wet and they were moving and sparkling. Gleaming and glistening, fresh from the water, shining and shimmering in the bright sun. And these words were coming to me. And then I realized it was like this baptism thing. And, whoa, having some technical problems here. Hold on a second. I'm going to change my seating so you can see the rest of the Autoharp. I'm going to sit on my little poof here. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. Picks back on. See, the Autoharp has these buttons. And you push the buttons. They have keys on them. You push one button and you strum. And you get a chord. That's a C chord. Then you strum, you press a G, and you get a different chord. So, this song came because I'm looking at sparkling palm tree leaves. And I just bumped into the words of this song that are just stored in all my stuff. And I'm going to read the words. So I'm looking at gleaming and glistening palm tree leaves, and all of a sudden it's turning into the gleaming and glistening body of a person who's coming up out of the water. And so gleaming and glistening fresh from the water, shining and shimmering in the bright sun, come to the new birth, my tender new children. The oil of my spirit will now make us one. Now cleansed, now purified, with all angels watching, smiling and singing and crying with joy. You have joined Jesus in death, tomb, and glory. Water and spirit born, each girl and each boy. Verse 3, bright in the sunshine and bright with God's glory, like Moses who came from the presence of God. Gleaming and glistening and shining like silver. A new body born from the great womb above. I'll put the lyrics in the description so you can read them and sing them along. Verse 4, thine is the power and thine is the glory. You have it all, and you gave it to us. You call us beautiful and cancel our evils. Please captain our new lives. We give you our trust. This all came right from the Holy Spirit. It just came flooding out. I kept writing and writing. Verse 5, you love the gentle, obedient children. They work with your power, your Son, side by side. Come, Holy Spirit, give birth to the barren. We rush to Jesus. We're his heavenly bride. That's a reference to Isaiah 54 and 56. The one that has no spiritual children. If they truly come to Jesus, they become the bride, and they become also very fertile, because many children are born. Many spiritual children come forth because you rush to Jesus. Verse 6, last verse. We have been transformed in your living waters. We have been given our chance to be free. We must now walk on a path that is holy. We have been given a crown by the sea. And so the baptisms that happen by the sea, the Gulf of Mexico, from our house, we called our house a crown by the sea. So, I was just sitting, I just bumped into these words, and I'm like, I wonder if I can play this on the Autoharp. So here we go. Gleaming and glistening, fresh from the water, shining and shimmering in the bright sun. Come to the new birth, my tender new children. The oil of my spirit will now make us one. Verse 2. Now cleansed, now purified, with all angels watching, smiling and singing and crying with joy. You have joined Jesus in death, tomb, and glory, water and spirit born, each girl and each boy. Verse 3. Bright in the sunshine and bright with God's glory, like Moses who came from the presence of God. Gleaming and glistening and shining like silver, a new body born from the great womb above. Now we're going to shift keys. Thine is the power and thine is the glory. You have it all and you gave it to us. You call us beautiful and cancel our evils. Please, Captain, our new lives, we give you our trust. You love the gentle, obedient children. They work with your power, your son side by side. Come, Holy Spirit, give birth to the barren. We rush to Jesus, we're his heavenly bride. We have been transformed in your living waters. We have been given our chance to be free. We must now walk on a path that is holy. We have been given a crown by the sea. My mother played the hammer dulcimer. And years later, when I met up with my mother's hammer dulcimer teacher, she said, "Your mother, you're Audrey Lintner's son. Your mother has boundless energy." And if you look up Lucille Riley Autoharp, and Lucille Riley dulcimer, you'll catch a little bit of my mother's dulcimer teacher, who also plays Autoharp. And hello to Lucille Riley. I ain't never played no hammer dulcimer, but because my ability to read music is really bad, but I can push buttons and I can sing in pitch, in tune. So, hi everybody, play this back and sing this song together. And if you want, you can sing it as a processional song while you're walking to the baptism. All the best.